Noto.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hello. Is that what we call you, Noto?
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's good, man. How are you?
Okay, good, good. We're just waiting for some more people to come in, and then we can start for the NFT strategy talk. So for those who are already in, for sure we're gonna have an exciting talk today for NFT strategy talk with Turtles. We have their CEO here, Noto. And before we start, we invite you to share this talk for everyone or all your friends who might be interested in this. We can start at about 11:05. All right. Hello, everyone. This is the NFT Strategy Talk, where we have different guests every week. We are Token Minds. We are a creative engineering agency that handles marketing and development for NFTs, crypto, blockchain, and everything under the Web3 space. And I am your host, Alden. I am a marketing executive here at Token Minds, and I am here with my co-host. For my co-host, why don't you introduce yourself first?
Hi everyone, this is Ninong Jules, and with also with Token Bytes. Hi
All
everyone.
right. So this is a recorded NFT strategy talk where, as mentioned, we do this every week. So you can check out the other ones where we have other guests from before. But this week we do have a special guest, and as you can see from the title, it is from Turtles. So first off, to our guests, welcome to Token Minds Twitter Space. Can you quickly introduce yourself to our audience?
Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm Noto, CEO of Turtles, and we're one of the oldest Solana NFT projects. And we're about to have a new mint in the next few weeks here, and so we're going to be introducing a lot more people to our community, and you'll be hearing a lot more about us.
Great. Now, let's go a little bit on your journey from the past and up to now. So, what do you do in your Web2 life? How did you encounter Web3 and NFTs?
I think I'm
And
having
what was
some
that?
audio issues. I'm going to leave and come back because I can't hear you guys anymore.
Okay. All right. So, while we're waiting for our guests to come back, um, maybe we can share a little bit about what's happening in the space. Meanwhile, so last week we saw the SVB Bank crashing. So, um, what happened was reading this from the Wired news. So, at first glance, the Silicon Valley Bank debacle seems to be a cut and dried financial caper. The executives running the 16th largest bank in the US made the wrong choices in handling what seemed a fortuitous situation, a roster of clients flush with venture capital funding handling over billions of dollars of cash for storage in the institution's coffers. But the bank's leaders misjudged the risk of higher interest rates and inflation, paired that with a mini tech downturn, and the bank's spreadsheets began turning colors when um, when word of its perilous situation got out, panicky depositors pulled their money after a government takeover. Everyone's money was safe. So that's the gist of what happened for the SVB Bank. Just a little bit of sharing while we get our guest back here. There. Hello, Noto.
Hey, okay, yeah. So sorry, I got rugged there. Just that bug happens sometimes. It's just like I couldn't hear you. So
Yeah, I understand. It happens in spaces, right? So, going back to my question before the technical difficulties, we would like to ask you a little bit on your journey. So, what do you do in your Web2 life? How did you encounter Web3 and NFTs? And what was that trigger that made you jump into the world of NFTs?
Yeah, it's a good question. Not really like a short story, but I'm going to try and just make it short. I've been a Web2 entrepreneur since the late '90s, early 2000s, so quite a while now. And as crypto started to become more mainstream in 2017, I got into that through some of my friends who were and still are, Bitcoin maxis. And then that led me down a path of just looking into different things, and eventually found NFTs on Ethereum, and then NFTs on Solana. And then I just kind of migrated over to Solana in the early days. Just found it like more interesting for me. My background is more in the transactional space, where you have a lot of customers doing a lot of things, and Solana made a lot more sense to me for that. So I kind of found a home there, and now it's been over a year.
Great. So before I hand this over to my co-host, I still have one more question, and I would like to invite our guests again to share this talk before we get deeper into it, and as well as get your questions ready for Noto. Since after all our questions, me and my co-host, we do have a Q&A ready for you guys. So you can chat on over. Tweet on over on this space, or you could actually request as a speaker later, so we can get you up on the stage and ask your questions personally to Noto. So my next question would be, Noto, what do you do for Turtles NFT now? Can you help us imagine? And before anything else, why Turtles? I mean, I've looked into it. I'm not sure if it's Ninja Turtles inspired, which I really love, but I really do appreciate it. And can you explain a little bit more about the project as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, it's gone through a lot of changes, right? Because it is such an old project, and Solana's been through a lot of changes. So, basically, what we're trying to do now is look forward with a more focused plan in place, and build out a product that will help support Solana, but also something that's bringing a lot of valuable utility to holders. I think like every project wants to do something like that. Ours is a little bit different. And I've been investing in companies in the tech space for over a decade, and it's something I still do. And that's kind of my skill I can bring to the table, right? Or something that other people can't necessarily do easily. Sometimes that's a project founder who's a really good dev. Sometimes it's a project founder that just has incredible art. For me, that's the value I can bring to the project, long-term strategic vision. So we started to make investments as a project into specific Solana companies that are either already well established or ones that we believe in that are up and coming. And then we've created a platform, a software that basically tokenizes those, fractionalizes them, and lets regular people get invested into those companies at a VC level. So it's a pretty interesting way to, actually invest in a company you like that's building something in Solana and be a shareholder of that company, which you wouldn't normally be able to do without a lot of money and relationships with other VCs at a high level, right? So it's a high barrier to entry. So we're trying to make that more accessible, and that's the way we're going to do it.
Yes, and I'm sure everybody is looking forward to it. But before anything else, I do know that my co-host here, Jules, he has the next question for you.
All right. Those are interesting things that you mentioned, Noto. And yeah, the question here is that what exactly are the benefits although you may have already mentioned a few, but what are the benefits of the utility of turtles?
Yeah, and Turtles has always been a utility project, and it went through a lot of different changes. But the current benefits of the project, the basic utilities are staking. Our staking platform lets you earn Turtles token, which it's pretty straightforward how that works. Nothing too special about that. But that token can also be staked for USDC revenue, and that revenue comes from a treasury. That treasury is put into stable pools and it generates yield, so all the holders get to share in that. Then it also gives you access to the Turtle Ventures platform, right? So when you have the NFT, you can log into the Turtle Ventures platform and look at various deals that are available. So if you want to invest in like Tensor, which is getting really, really popular now, and you want to be a shareholder of that company, you can do that through our portal. Some other opportunities that are available now, Tile Robotics Graphite protocol. So you can get in a pre-IDO pricing on that. And, those are the types of things. Everything really is based around financial opportunities. So that's kind of the core utility of the project is financial opportunity, various investing opportunities.
Wow, that's amazing. That's like giving a lot of value to the community then with utilities that you have. And I just noticed on the white paper, there's about tiering of the NFTs. So can you talk more about this? And what are the various benefits of the different tiered NFTs?
Sure, yeah. So depending on how many NFTs you have staked, you're going to rank in one of our 10 tiers. And the first thing you get is just a little bit of a flex in our Discord, right? You get a special role, and that's fun for people. You can kind of see how many turtles people have. But secondarily, you get benefits on our venture platform. So the platform itself is gamified. What that means is once you choose to participate in a deal, like I'll just use an example. Let's say you want to buy into the seed round of Tensor and become a Tensor shareholder. Okay, so you do that, you unlock that deal, and then you're able to actually, depending on what tier you are, invite other people to that same investment. So whether they're holders or not, you can whitelist them. And each whitelist spot goes on chain, and then that person can come and also participate in the deal. But when they do that, you actually get a reward for that, right? So you also have financial incentive to get as many people involved in the same deals. $100, they can invest $1,000. It doesn't matter. So you get a nice reward for that, and that reward actually gets bigger with the more NFTs you have staked. So there's a lot of incentive to work on kind of climbing that ladder. And at the top tiers, you can actually make quite a bit of money just getting people involved in deals. So in a way, at that point, you're actually making real yields from work that you do within the platform.
That's good to hear then. So this is based on how many NFTs that they have staked on, right? If I got it right.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Yeah, I was just asking if this is based on how many NFTs that they staked on the platform.
Yeah, that's
for the.
Yeah, that's correct.
Mm-hmm. So the more that they stake, the more they benefit from the platform itself.
Yeah, that's right. And we also do occasional airdrops. Like we just did an airdrop yesterday, actually, where we dropped a new NFT to our community based on the number of NFTs you have staked, and that that NFT will have additional value, can be kind of plugged into our platform, and it's going to offer some additional value in the future with some features that we're going to be releasing. So we try to have fun with it, right? Investing can be kind of boring if you do it right, but there are ways to utilize NFTs and tokens that are on chain to do some pretty cool things.
Yeah, I like the idea, like picking it like a game for others to be excited, to also have that enjoyment of his staking and investing on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think like a lot
Um,
of what makes NFTs exciting for people is the process of like minting, and it's kind of combines elements of gambling with like elements of
mhm.
art and creativity, a lot of other things too, like community, and it can be really addicting. So the problem with like investing is the addicting kind of investments are usually not the best ones. So like a lot of people can lose a lot of money doing things that in the moment feel fun, but then later they have consequences. So we're trying to find a combination where you can have a relatively safe investment in a real company that isn't just like some NFT project somebody made up yesterday. Like it's a company, it exists, so at least you have that fundamental in place, and then also offering this way to kind of bring a gamified aspect to that as much as possible. So you're really pumped and excited about doing that investment and watching where it goes.
Yeah, I agree. Just to change the topic somehow, how was it like to ride or to be part of the Solana boom? Was this the opportunity something that the project teams specifically saw as a catalyst to escalate the project at that time? If so, can you give us tips on how to grab opportunities like this?
Well, I mean, there was a Solana boom, and then there was a Solana bust, right? So now we're at the bottom of that. And what I would say is that now is the time to actually make investments, because money is scarce, and that means a lot of things are scrambling to try and compete for the same customer or the same investor. So I think personally, like the best time to be investing, to be building, is right now. So if you've got a project you want to do, or you've been waiting to do something, I would be really careful about saying, "Oh, I'm going to wait till we start turning bullish again," because by then it might actually be too late. Somebody else comes in and grabs all that attention that you could have gotten more easily when things were quieter, harder to make relationships with the top people because their phones are going to be ringing off the hook. And now is the time when you can talk to somebody that you need to talk to, and much higher likelihood they're going to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, I agree. And connected to that, I mean, we saw that you're also expanding your 3,333 collection into a 10,001 actually this month. And so, have you already done this? And we want to ask if can you give us why Turtles chose to basically expand the collection?
Yeah, so community size is important when it comes to NFTs, and we started in a time when there was a really tiny community, so you didn't need many NFTs to be in circulation. Now, if you want 4,000 community members, you've got to have a lot of NFTs, or more NFTs, at least 10,000 size collection. So that's the first kind of impact of it. The second is, we're building a software platform, and software needs users. So, you can get users a number of ways, but we want to get them through our native NFT, and then have them utilize that to activate the software and use the software, right? Use our platform to do their investing. And we'll expand it out from there. But, NFT community is a really nice way to concentrate people and get them focused on your mission and what you're doing. So, the primary goals are to increase that community size and then fuel our software that we've already developed with new users.
Can you actually talk to us more about the software? Like, what is the use of this software you're building? If it's okay, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit like esoteric or specific to the venture capital world, but if you've ever heard of AngelList, that's basically a website you can go to, and it's basically a SaaS product with a web front end, and you can manage your cap table there, manage your shareholders. You can raise money there. They provide integrated banking services, so it tracks who's investing what, who's on your cap table, and putting all your project docs. It's kind of like how NFT projects will do their project docs on GitHub or something like that, or Gitbook. So that's what they do. What it's missing is there's a lot of opportunity for improvement on that, right? So we're looking at them and saying, well, we can do a better version of that that's on chain, and Solana is the perfect chain for it because we can do so much more, right? We can have a lot more real-time transactions and data happening, which is essential if you've got an investing platform, right? So I think that there's a new thing that can be done here, which bridges a world that was really just for rich people, right? Tech entrepreneurs and people that they get a big payout from selling their company, and then they go invest in a bunch of other smaller companies and make them big. I think that we can do something like that on chain, make Solana the hub for that, but also be able to go to other chains too. So you could think of it like almost like a marketplace, but instead of NFTs, you're buying shares of Solana companies or ETH companies, or even other companies that want to raise money on chain. They could use us for that. So our MVP, our minimum viable product, is already built, and that's what we're going to be launching ahead of our mint, right? So that's going to be working, and people will be using that. And from there, we're going to continue to build that and develop it. So it's going to start in Turtles, but the long-term vision is this is a product that you may not even realize is backed by an NFT project, because you go there to get all of the information about companies doing very cool things. You want to make a small investment, you can do that.
Great. That's thank you for sharing that. And so for everyone who's listening, you've heard it here. I'm sure more is going to come out from Turtles, and there's so much more to look forward to. And so I'm giving back the floor to Ninong Jules or Julian for the next question.
Yeah, hey, sorry guys. I would also say hello, Starlight is here. She's actually the artist of Turtles for the last 19 months, almost 2 years. She's been doing this art, and she's also on the leadership team. So if you can bring her up, I'm sure she's got some interesting things to add to this too.
Hi guys.
For sure.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. So Starlight's been like really working on the same NFT 2 years, I guess. which is pretty amazing. But the strategy of the project as we go forward, like we're making the art more relatable and focused as a profile picture, right? We want to be really good profile picture art. And actually we've got, you can see our PFPs are, these are versions of the new NFT, right? So they don't look like current turtles. We're just kind of test driving these, but I don't know, Starla, you want to talk a little bit about it, how it is to work on it?
Yeah. I mean, it changed a lot from the first art, and we just wanted to do more clean and more maybe fashion forward turtles. And since Noto and I were like working on merch stuff as well, we know like how to form stuff. Like right now we have a trade sheet and we're just discussing what to put into the traits or what to not include. And I think that's why it's going pretty smooth. Like also traits make sense,
Yeah, like
unlike the generation 2,
I think
which
like people of their PFP, like maybe it has something that they would have in real life, or like it matches them somehow in real life. So I think it's like a lot easier to do that if you have traits that are like recognizable, or you know, you might even own something like that, and we're trying to go for that sort of a thing.
yeah, but also like we have couple like, I don't know, rare, legendary looking stuff, I think. And also we're gonna do one-on-ones this time. We had like 3 or 4 on the original collection, so it wasn't the focus. But this time we wanna do more fun stuff. I think one-on-ones are really fun to do. Also, like the idea of you can have one-on-one by minting, I think that's really fun as well. So we're gonna include that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with art, and so you know, it's really more like eliminating ideas than like because you have too many. And I think we've really like thought a lot about art strategy too, not just utility. So I just wanted to make sure we touched on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, one is the one. It's also something that collectors are looking forward, like a personalized or customized PFT that would really represent them, not just in the metaverse or in the blockchain, but also in real life. That would be a good one too. And I think the question that I was supposed to tell you guys was somehow discussed, but just to reiterate it. So for the new set of NFTs, uh, what are the additional benefits for that for the original holders, and how does it set apart from the original holders and the new ones?
Sorry, could you ask that maybe a different way? I just didn't understand the question.
Oh, okay. Let me just so how do you set apart the original holders and the new 6,667 new holders? Because you made a new one, right? And are there additional benefits for original holders?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So yeah, we have a few. You know, those people that have the current NFT will get much better chance to get a rare or one of one from the new collection. You know, at the end of the day, we decided that we had to for a lot of reasons, mostly to do with all the different technical aspects of the project for the last year, just migrate everybody to a singular clean collection with a single mint authority. It's going to make a lot of things that we want to do in the future easier. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good question that you're asking, but yeah, they get some benefits as well with regard to what their NFTs actually end up looking like on the other side when they do that migration. So, yeah, I mean, I think that overall, everybody's looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you for that answer. And can you talk to us more about Drip? Maybe you'd like to let our listeners know about this.
Yeah, for sure. So our fashion line for our project is something that Starlight and I started to think about maybe like 6 months ago, and we wanted to make something that was kind of like merch, but that would be actually like something you would wear. So it's not just like an ad for an NFT project, which nobody really wants to wear out. So we started going to work designing and making some things in Turkey. And we came up with a first kind of capsule collection. And we're about to release the second one probably in the next month, which will be 3 pieces. And the first one was 3 pieces as well. So really, really high quality stuff, things that look good to wear. And, you can mix and match. And you're also supporting the project. That's all done through Solana Pay. So you can just pay in Solana. We offer worldwide shipping. And you can check that out at the drip.io. And it's DRIPP with 2 Ps.
I actually added the tweet.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So you got, yeah.
Yeah, we did it. We got a full photo shoot for it and everything. So we're going professional.
Yeah. It was really fun as well, but professional, of course.
That's great to hear, and I'm sure everybody's so everybody heard here. You can look at it. You can check it out over there at the Trip.io. Thank you for Starlight for tagging it up there. So before throwing like the last question, right? As mentioned a while ago, we'd like to give some of the time to our audiences as well. So we'll be giving them some Q&A time. So for our listeners right now, as mentioned, you can tweet over here and we can read the questions for you. Or after this question, you can actually request to speak. So you can have your questions for Noto in a while. So get your questions ready. But last but not least, Noto, we see that turtles have a lot planned ahead. And can you help us imagine the future for turtles? What's up ahead in the roadmap for holders and the community, of course?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the things we're looking forward to now in the next week or so, launching our Turtle Ventures platform, and then from there moving into the mint. And after that, we're going to continue to develop that platform. We'll have a lot of fun new utilities coming for our holders. There'll be something hitting pretty much every month for the next year or so, where it'll be something very cool. Everybody gets to participate. That's a holder, and be some really good value generated there as well. I don't know if that'll translate to being a super high floor price. I hope it will, but all we can do is keep pushing.
We hope so too. And yeah, so as mentioned, for our audiences right now, the floor is open for the Q&A. So if ever you have your questions ready for Noto, please request to speak so you can speak up. I guess if there is no questions from the audience, um, well, last call for it for now.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I'm looking in our
Yeah.
Discord as well if anybody wants to ask questions there. But I think we're good.
Okay. If there are no questions, thank you, Noto, for being with us here today. Thank you, Starlight. And thank you, of course, for the whole of the Turtles team. And thank you to our audience for listening in on our NFT strategies talk. So before we end, do you have anything else to say or to plug for before we end this talk?
No, we're good. I mean, spent the whole time talking about us. We got all our stuff in there.
Yeah.
Go buy a turtle, I guess. That's all I can say.
Yes, definitely. And for my co-host, Jules, do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, well, thank you, Noto and Scarlight. Sorry,
Yeah.
for joining us tonight. Uh, it's a good discussion about the project, and I'm also amazed of the journey of turtles. And 2 years is like 20 years already. So I think there's a lot of learnings and development that has been done in the project itself.
Feels like 200 years, man.
Yeah.
All
Miss
right.
one
Thanks a
week
lot,
and
guys.
it's a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thanks for hosting. Great questions. And yeah, hope we'll do one again sometime soon.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yes.
guys.
Yes, definitely. I see that. Of course, we've mentioned some of your plans ahead, so maybe we can have another talk for that. And again, thank you for being with us today. And for everyone who's listened in, again, this is Token Minds. We are a creative engineering agency where we handle marketing and development of different things and under Web3, which are, for example, crypto, NFTs, blockchain development, AI, VR, and anything else under that umbrella. And again, we have this NFT strategy talk every week with different guests. And to end, again, thank you for being with us here today, Noto and Starlight, and other people from Turtles. And with that, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.